Perfect. Probably what I would do on this area question is I would separate it like that, where the plus sign is. So you'd have to figure out what would go here and what would go there to figure out what the side length is. We have dividing questions. Remember that dividing every single, it's like the unadding idea. Okay? I could have one with nice numbers. I could have ones with decimals. Yeah, then you can use your calculator. It's the same thing. There you go. So what do you have to do? Same thing. You divide each one, but on your calculator, what would you do? You do 3.2 divided by 0.8. Push enter. Find out that that's 4. Close. It's 4. 1.6 divided by 0.8 will give you 2. And so on. So there could be decimals on there. I'm going to give you algae tiles, right? So if this was this, could you fill in what would be in the inside? So there would be, the answer key would have a negative x squared. This one would be not colored in because it's an x. I mean, you can think of this as a negative x and this is an x, right? And this is a negative 1, negative 1. And then there would be, this would be a negative x, and this would be a negative x. Another negative x, another negative x, and another negative x. Oh, everything's negative. So if you wanted to write this out, does it make sense that this was x plus 3, that's this part, times by negative x minus 2, and the answer is equal to a negative x squared minus 5x's minus 6. Okay. Awesome. Could you simplify something with what do you have to do here? You'll have to distribute to get rid of your brackets, and then combine your like terms. Do you remember multiplying a binomial times a binomial? This is, you could either do your area, or you could, with the FOIL first, outside, inside, last, or you can make your area square. You've got x plus 3, x minus 9, and just multiply and fill everything in your chart. So we had some like that. You could have this same question disguised as something squared, right? Yes, sir, Jackson. The x means that it's a number, but you don't know what the number is. It could be any number. It's called a variable. So if you had something like x plus 7, that is x plus 7 times x plus 7. So that is what is everything on your quiz tomorrow. It is 3 pages long. So it'll take you some time. After you're done your quiz tomorrow, you can continue to work on your review for your test. So recap. Recap from the beginning. Quiz tomorrow. We have these ones where you have to do the additive inverse, or you have to remember to distribute the negative, which changes all the signs in the second one, and then you have to combine your like terms. Okay? Second one, you'd have to simplify this. This is 4/5 times 4/5 times 7x over 1. How do you multiply fractions? You multiply the tops. 4 times 4 is 16 times 7, 112. Okay? 5 times 5, 25 times 1, 25. That would be the final answer. Unless something could be simplified, right? Nothing can be simplified here, but if I change this to, let's say the bottom number, I changed it to a 7, that would change those to 7s. Then if you wanted to, you could simplify 7 early. 7 divided by 7 is 1. And then it would equal 4 times 4, 16x. 7 times 1 times 1, 7. That would be simplified. Yes? Okay. Multiplying monomials. How do you multiply monomials? Multiply the numbers. 3 times negative 2 be negative 6. X times x squared. How many x's would we have all multiplied together? 3 of them, so we write an exponent of 3. And a y times a y? Y squared, because you'd have 2 y's multiplied by itself. How do we multiply this? This would be base times height divided by 2. So my base is 2x. My height is 3x plus 1. I'm dividing that by 2. Okay? Base is 2x. Height is 3x plus 1 divided by 2. So you need to know that the area of a triangle, and the easiest way to remember area of a triangle is it is half of a rectangle. No matter how you draw a triangle, you can always make it half of a rectangle. Exactly. Length times width divided by 2, but instead of L and W, they use base and height. Same idea. Okay? What if it's not straight up and down? Okay? You can always cut it into 2 right-angle triangles, and then this one would make a rectangle here, and this one would make a rectangle there. And it's still base times height divided by 2. Just the bases get added up. So that's the reason why it works for anyone. Okay? So how would you do this? Well, you'd distribute this. That would give you 6x squared plus 2x all divided by 2. How do you divide? You have to unadd. This one gets divided by 2, and this one gets divided by 2. This one divided by 2 would just leave you with 3x squared. This one divided by 2 would just leave you with x. And there's your final answer. Okay, distribute. This times this, this times this. Combine like terms, but this one won't have like terms. This times this, you're going to have to use your calculator. 3.5 times 2.1. Man, that would be 7.35. Okay, and 3.5 times 5, 17.5. Just, yeah, I looked in a book. I don't know, maybe I got that one wrong. Right? What did I say it was? 7.35 is what I said. Oh man, it's probably going to be wrong. Okay. That's right. Oh man, nailed it. Okay? What would have to be here to get a 3x squared? You would need an x. What would have to be here to get a 6x? You would need a 2. So the top part was x plus 2. This is kind of good as a review because I didn't write the answers, I just wrote the questions. In our review part, we can look at the questions. What do you have to do? You have to divide each of these by 4. So 4 divided by 4, that would leave you with x squared. 8x divided by 4 would leave you with 2x. And 12 divided by 4 would leave you with 3. Each one gets divided by 4. Same thing with the decimals, but you could use your calculator. 3.2 divided by 0.8 would give you 4. 1.6 divided by 0.8 would give you 2. And so this one will be 4x squared plus 2x plus 2 as our final answer. And then this one with the algebra tiles we answered already. We showed how to distribute this. If you have the chart, you can fill in your chart. And of course, once your chart is filled in, you might notice those are like terms, so when you write your final answer, you can combine those. There we go. So, work on your pretest has some of these questions on there. That's a good thing to do to study. It is also a good thing to study to look over this little video of what's on our quiz tomorrow.